Every region in America has its own version of barbecue sauce. Some are sweet, some are spicy, some are vinegary, some are thick, some are thin. But all are served with grilled meats, poultry, or fish. And today I'm making a classic Kansas City sweet sauce. That's tomato-based, balanced with a little brown sugar and cider vinegar. And of course, just a hint of lemon. Barbecue sauce is a thick, piquant, or sweet mixture that contains ingredients like vinegar and tomato, which help cut the fattiness in meats. And the Kansas City version that I'm making is half of a small onion grated, cooked in a tablespoon of butter. Add 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Add some salt, some pepper. I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit and add the rest of the ingredients. I love making barbecue sauce. 1.5 cups of ketchup. This is a sauce that my brother George made all the time. And he loves to cook outside, but he loves making his own barbecue sauce. And it's an adaptation of that sauce that I'm making today. 2 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses. Very tasty and dense. I love the taste of molasses. And 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Keep stirring. You don't want anything to burn or brown. You just want it to cook. I once was a judge in Memphis at the Great Big Memphis Barbecue. And I remember I was the whole hog judge. And I always kept coming back to pretty much the same vinegary, sweet sauce. It's very much like this one too. 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar. A tablespoon of Dijon mustard. A nice big tablespoon. And, oh, here it is. 1/3 cup of cider vinegar. And for just a little bit of a kick, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And this can just sit here on the stovetop. Oh, I almost forgot my favorite ingredient. And one thing I did learn down in Memphis was that lemon was essential in pretty much every one of my favorite sauces. And you could detect it, and you could miss it if it wasn't there. Now this sauce has a little bit of texture to it, which is the onion and the garlic, but we're going to put this in a blender because we really don't want any texture. We want a nice, smooth sauce. The sauce is cooked. It tastes so good. I just had a little spoonful. Now it's time to smooth out the sauce. And just add all the sauce to the jar of your blender. And be very, very careful when blending hot liquids. We don't have that much in the blender jar, so it's not going to splatter, but be very careful not to fill the blender jar too full when you're blending hot liquids. Make sure that put a towel over it so in case it does blow off the top for some reason. And always start on low. I always like to start on low. See how it popped up? If that were full up to here, it would have popped the top off. And then you can go a little higher and a little higher. And then to puree. That should be it. Looks really, really good. Now transfer your sauce to a bowl or a jar or whatever you're going to keep it in. And while you're grilling your ribs, your chicken, your pork, just in the last 5 minutes or so, brush on the sauce. These have been perfectly grilled baby back ribs. Oh, they look so good. I'll let you taste them so that you can decide if you're going to make this sweet Kansas barbecue sauce.